Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the day video. Darren, how's it going today? Today it is, I don't know why I did that because I'm just going to go back into this room, turn that off again. Today is a Monday and we are back from work and I am just sorting out videos and stuff. I've just realised that the last 3 videos I've uploaded didn't get uploaded. They just like stayed in some weird state on YouTube where they were like, one of them got cancelled, even though I'm pretty certain I published it, and the other one I scheduled for the wrong day. So luckily they're all going up in the right order again, but I've just uploaded the last 2 things. I'm trying to figure out where I can put you while I put my belt on. I definitely figured out where to put you, so I put my belt on, didn't I? Yeah, put you down and now it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So today it's been busy. What's been going on? Work today, we managed to fix the database problem that we were having. I say we managed to fix. It worked. It looks like we had a power failure over the weekend in the office. Like the power went out and half the fuses tripped. They rebooted everything back up, including the development environments, the testing environments, and it was working. So I assume some configuration was set and it needed a reboot. Don't know, but it works now, so happy days. Because I was looking at it this morning, I'm like diving through every setting I can find. I'm like, these are literally identical. And I just went on, I was like, just try and run the update script, and it just updated it. And I'm like, mate, that meant that could get out of my hair. Otherwise, though, today was spent going through all of my horrendous 85 commits for my refactoring of the validator thing, and people are like code reviewing it. A number of people have started code reviewing it and stuff, and it's a case of like going through and just trying to like tidy things up where I can. As I got towards the end of it, I started getting a bit lazy, and like people are just saying that like some things, some places there can be if statements could be a little bit cleaner and all this kind of stuff. I've stuck my ground on a couple of things, but one of which was like returning null from a method, but it was like a private method, and it's either that or you kind of return an optional object, which I think I've discussed on this vlog before, that I don't like the idea of optionals, or I try and hack in, and it would be a bit of a hack, some kind of triparse style, C# style thing into it, and either way it was just like a lot more code than it needed to be, and it was literally returning an enum, and I needed to check whether the enum was this value or this value. It wasn't even like I was checking is it null or not. Like it's either this value and I do something, or it's this value and I do something, otherwise I don't do anything. So I was like, I think this is overkill at this point. Also, why can enums be null in Java? So yeah, there was that, and then what else was there? I've discovered that JUnit, like before and after tags, are basically worthless because they create a new instance of the object every single time, so you could just do it all in the constructor. Except you can't do it in the constructor because the constructor is the equivalent of an at before class tag, not a before tag, which means that if you call the constructor and then rely on having instances of resources that are populated by Spring, they are done in the wrong order. Fucking weird orders, man. It's infuriating too. So yeah, that's been that really. It's been jolly good fun. But it's just like just churning through stuff. And I'm currently trying to refactor if statement I made, because it was literally at the end, and I'm like, I'm just going to copy and paste this if statement into a different class and we can check it in. But no, it does need to do it. It does need to get better, but I'm just trying to get it right because it's like quite a messy if statement. So, which is why I couldn't be bothered to do it the first time. Anyway, that's that. I've been working today on my reflection stuff. That's what I've been doing a lot of. When I put you down earlier, I put you down, started programming, and then I was like, oh, Laura's going to text me when she gets to a certain point on the bus, and then I'll come in here to start cooking, then I'll vlog. And then Laura just walked in the door and I'm like, the fuck? Like the text I sent her to say, text me when you get to here, she didn't get, so she just came back, and I'm like, why didn't I not? I could have cooked and I could have vlogged. Excuses. So anyway, yeah, came back and I've been programming, like I programmed my half-hour lunch and I programmed about an hour before Laura came home, and then I've just spent about 2 and a bit hours working on it now, because then Laura came home, we had dinner, we went shopping, as we normally do. It's a Monday, you know the drill. Came back, watched Peaky Blinders. We're coming up to the end of what's on Netflix anyway, on Peaky Blinders. It's really good, I fucking love it so much. And then Laura went to bed and I've just been programming away. What have I been working on though, Jimmy? I have been trying to extend the XUnit utility Nuget package so that I can have access to some stuff that I want. I wanted, inside that Nuget package there is a class called the Assembly Runner. It's got an internal constructor, so I tried to make the constructor protected so that I could extend it. And on there it's got like events and all this kind of stuff on it, and I wanted to basically add on my own event, overload another event, and job done. I'd be happy days, it'd be working. But that wasn't going to plan because it took me a while to realise I thought C# stuff defaulted to protected. I believe Java defaults to protected. Fucking two programming languages in my head being very similar to each other, but yet also quite different in certain areas. Fucks me over sometimes. So I'm like trying to figure out why the hell I can't just call this constructor, because I'm like I am its child class. I should be able to call it. It's only protected, and then I realised it was internal. That screwed me over a little bit. So then I had to reteach myself how Nuget packages worked and how to package them and how to. I think it's quite simple, but like how to build like new spec files and all that kind of stuff to make a new one, and how to publish it and where to publish it to, so that I can access it. That was good fun. I've done it before, but I didn't have to learn it because we kind of had a script that just did it. So because it was like an intricate, we had to update this, then this, then this, then this, then push them all. So it was just done in a script. So once I went, okay, so you do that, you like package it, you then do this and you publish it, and then you're done. You also have to build this and this to make sure that it pulls out the right stuff, and then happy days. I learned it once, and then from then on ran this script and then forgot about it. But yeah, so I made the changes I wanted to make and then put it into my project and then tried to get my project running. But then what was difficult was that because I like recompiled stuff, it seemed to have broken other dependencies because it's trying to use like version 99.99.99/dev, which is like the developer one. I was trying to get it to use the right thing, and it's just not happening for me. So I've not had much progress there, unfortunately, and I've actually spent a semi-decent amount of time trying to back it out. But I've got it out, and I've got such a daunting amount of work to do for this, and it's taking me so long already that I'm like losing the will to live. But I need to start extending. I basically need to re-implement this assembly class. I don't think I'm going to get what I need from extending it. I need to essentially re-implement it with just the things I need, so I can narrow its scope and I can pry open all of the bits that I need to pry open, because I don't think I was going to be able to. I was going to have to make too many changes to the Nuget package, but if I re-implement one, bearing in mind it's only relatively simple, it literally just does like, and create one of these, find some shit, which I'm going to be finding anyway and passing in, then run, like it just calls run, and then it's also got like its events on it, and really half of its events I don't care about. So I've decided that I'm going to try and implement a new one of them, and then if that turns out to be good or useful, I'll put it into the XUnit project and see if it can get merged up. But otherwise, like, the changes I needed to make are just ridiculous. Like, there's just no point to them, and like the lengths I'm going to try and get this Nuget package to work, which is really complicated as well, because then it also kind of lives in the repository next to the official one, and then how do I version mine compared to theirs, and how do I oh god, too much headache. So I'm trying to just use, like, if I go one step in, I can implement all of my stuff, call the things that this thing calls, and then in theory I'll be fine, but then I've got to figure out how to architect that and stuff. So I've decided that's my new tactic, that's what I'm going to tackle tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to have less programming time tomorrow though, because tomorrow we are going to a meetup. We're going to a meetup that is all about, well, there's a lightning talk about .NET Standard, and like a brief introduction to .NET Standard, which I know all about. And then there is a talk called like, so you keep using the word agile, but I don't think you know what that means. Which I think is going to be really, really interesting. To the same place as normal. So I'm going to be doing that after work and then coming back here and then probably working late again. I just want to get this fucking done now. This fucking test runner is killing me. I think I've spent like a good 3 weeks on it, maybe even more. So, fucking test runner. That's life though, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, I'm going to head off to bed. It's late. It's 1:15. So, I'm going to go get some sleep. I'll catch you later. And so it begins.